What up, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. Some crazy situation happened in Montreal. A crazy shootout between one suspect so far that we know and a couple police officers. Unfortunately, one innocent bystander and one officer lost their lives in that shootout. The suspect also lost his life, and so far we don't really have a lot of information about what happened. Honestly, it really doesn't make sense, man. What we know so far is this individual called 911 from his hotel room, and I guess once the police arrived, he started shooting at them from the window of his freaking hotel room. And then there's some videos that emerged where you can see him actually going on the, like, he was in the ground on the first floor, and then he was actually like shooting at the cops. Graphic images, like, it's crazy. Right, we're gonna go through all of this. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the GTV network. We're also gonna go through some sort of his manifesto. Honestly, I don't even understand why. It really don't make sense, right? We're gonna go through it all together. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, and we're gonna get started just in a bit. All right, guys, thank you so much for waiting on this intro. So we're going to talk about this MTL shooting incident that happened where 3 people lost their life, including one officer and one innocent civilian. And obviously the last person is the suspect in that situation. Guys, it is a very sad situation. Let's start off with this news article courtesy of Global News, and then we're gonna go through some of the more Montreal news networks. So this is what we have so far. Police officer, suspect, and civilian dead in the Montreal pew pew.
Expecting, we didn't know what we were facing. That's why we had one crime sign, and then we had a different perimeter in different area, just to make sure that we really neutralized the right person, the suspect himself. Right now, what I can tell to the population, eventually, all this area going to be free of passing, but from the beginning, we wanted to make sure that we really bring the security in the priority for the citizen.
The victim who was, the officer who was killed, what was that discussion like?
It was a very tough discussion, very tough, and very difficult moment.
The shooter?
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
I'm hoping that we're going to find out what was his motive, but we don't know yet.
How long were the officers on the force? How old are they, the ones who were...
Those details I will give it to you a bit later. But he was a great police officer. A lot of credibility, and he was so passionate, very passionate. We know that the person, the main suspect, the way he was dressed and the way he was behaving, he's the one who got shot right away. But for the other person, I don't have the details yet. But eventually, we're going to find out more.
It looked like he was dressed in, like, military...
So yeah, the suspect was dressed up in camo military equipment. He was definitely like he definitely knew what he was up to. Like, if you look at the videos, he was literally dressed up in all camo, all military equipment. He had a very long rifle and like some sort of stand. So this is the video. I'm not gonna play certain video because obviously it is way too graphic for this app, but this is some of it, right? So that's the first angle we have. As you guys can see, a group of officers are, yes, I'm guessing they're entering this supermarché. That's like it's a grocery store.
They just broke open the glass of the gate. Shut up, I've never seen anything ever.
Bro, the SWAT is here. But he has an AK. He has an AK.
Oh my god, no, shut up, there's a SWAT team. And a dog.
Okay, so this is when they, broke in and entered, right? Right now I'm seeing there's a lot of speculations online. This person is saying, breaking: Muslim shooter terrorizes Montreal. Islamist rage targets police. Another day, another Muslim gunman unleashing chaos on Canadian streets. How do we know if this person is Muslim? Single independent believer in Jesus Christ. Like, at one point we gotta stop. Like, that person, Ashley, she's saying that, yo, it's a Muslim shooter. It's a Muslim shooter. We don't have any proof of that person being Muslim, right? And by the looks of him, he don't look no Muslim. This is what he looks like. Okay. Again, we don't know yet. We might need to like stop all these different propaganda. Like, when the situation is just fresh and just happened, you guys are quick to put names, quick to say, oh, it's this person, oh, it's that person. Just stop. Okay. Then we have this other clip and this other angle. Let me make sure I watch it first. Make sure.
Why is he walking?
Okay, this one I've seen this one. Okay, so
Why is he walking? What is wrong with him?
so this is the suspect right here. Again, dressed up in camo, military military combat gear with a long rifle with some sort of stand. And then in this angle, you can hear multiple shots being fired towards the officers. And here, this is when the first officer got hit.
Guys, what the
Then you're gonna see this officer crawl beside this car.
fuck? He's just shooting the cops.
Again, there's multiple shots being fired towards the officers. And then you're gonna see a man pop out of the corner. And some people are saying that, oh, that's the female officer who shot that innocent civilian passerby. I don't know. You can't really tell. Like, it doesn't seem like she turns around and got scared. But according to the sounds of the rounds being fired, it, in my opinion, so far, you know, I'm not no gun expert, it doesn't sound like she fired.
Holy shit.
So here he's reloading. And then the rest of the video is way too graphic. If I can describe it, you're gonna see the first officer that was crawling towards the the first officer that was crawling towards the white Porsche. You just see a big trail of blood all the way to the Porsche. Then you see the female officer that was beside him. She actually just stays covered. But now in this next part of the video, okay, in the next part of the video, you're gonna see someone pop from the corner of where the
Why
female
is he
officer was covering herself. And then you can see her kind of twitch. In that moment, a lot of people are saying that, oh, she shot the man. It does look, like, I'm going to repeat it. It does look like she did shoot the man. But you can't really tell because according to the sound, okay, I'm going to play the sound. It doesn't sound like a 9mm. It sounds like a higher caliber shot, right?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck?
So to me personally, I'm gonna say so far I don't think it's her.
All right, this just looking, gonna go down for everything, and of course,
I think this video is more
tame.
Let me see if I can put it up. So this person, Rodney, he's been doing his breakdowns.
All right, this is a breakdown of the incident that happened just about half an hour ago over in Montreal, Canada, at 11:30 a.m. Officers got a call about an active shooter, and they confronted this guy in the green camo right here. You'll see him. That's the suspect. Got an AR-style weapon, taking cover behind these pillars. And then we'll cut over to this angle where we'll see two officers right here kind of take some cover, get out of that line of fire behind this pillar. Now, I think one officer is actually injured right now. It's a male officer, and he's bleeding, right? If we pause it right here, there's a female officer taking cover behind, this part of the pillar right here, just looking for the suspect. Now, she's going to accidentally shoot and kill a civilian, probably coming at, there's the suspect again reloading. That motherfucker has fucking everything on, right? Little Molly vest. Now, as you can see,
So, as you guys can see, very graphic scene. Again, it's a lot of people are reporting it as, oh, she shot the civilian. You can't really tell. Y'all let me know in the chat if you think that the female officer shot that civilian. Again, I'm gonna say it again. I personally don't think so. According to the sound, kind of sounds different, right? But I wouldn't be surprised. Again, all the people who are trying to say, oh man, oh, you can't have female in the force, or a lot of people are using this situation to say that, oh, we can't have female in the force. Well, what would you do in that situation? You guys are talking like you guys are some expert. You guys are talking like you guys know what you guys are doing, know what you guys would you guys do in, like in this situation. You guys don't know what you guys would do in this situation. So please just shut it. Shut it up. Like, shut up, bro. I'm not trying to hear, oh my God, yo, it's your female. DEI hire. It's getting old, right? So let's check out the live update. See if we have any more updates coming out of the CBC page here. They have live updates. So they're trying to say that the suspect has some stuff, like he was a incel. Trying to say he was an incel, part of the incel community. Y'all let me know if you guys know about the incel community. I've heard incel. It means involuntary celibate person, someone who is single because they can't approach women or some shit. So let's check out the update here.
The tragic events that unfolded today have deeply shaken the people of Montreal and more broadly, all Quebecers. And I'm personally deeply shocked and saddened by what has occurred. On behalf of the government of Quebec and on my own behalf, I would first like to extend my most sincere condolences to the families and loved ones of those who lost their lives.
So it says here, Montreal police say 3 people are dead after a shooting in Montreal, Côte-des-Neiges neighborhood. A police officer, a civilian, and the suspect lost their lives. Another officer and civilian were injured during the police operation. Police say there were shots by a lone suspects after being called at 6939 Décarie Boulevard at around 11:30 a.m. According to Radio-Canada, the shooter distributed a violent incel manifesto targeting women. So, that manifesto, some people were able to see it. Not everyone was able to see it. Okay? I don't know why the manifesto wasn't published. No. So, according to a preliminary police analysis, the writing laments male loneliness and contains derogatory statement about women. My bad, I can't read today. The suspect, who was dressed in a military-style clothing at the time of the attack, was nostalgic for a society based on traditional values. He complained that too many men are being left behind by women. The individual also criticized porn websites that proliferate on the internet, including P-Hub, which he believes were largely responsible for the man's troubles. He criticized modern capitalistic society. So that's what they're saying, right? Okay. Men going their own way. It's an anti-feminist, misogynistic, mostly online community that espouses male separatism from what they see as gynocentric society that has been corrupted by feminism. Men going their own way. So that's what's being published right now by this manifesto. But again, I need to see the manifesto myself. Okay. Because right now, no one has the manifesto except for a couple people who saw it, right? Where is it? Where is the manifesto? We don't know. But that's what they have right now so far for us. Okay, there's so many different angles of that situation. But unfortunately, fortunately on this app, can't show it to y'all. Let me check this video.
Female cop should not.
Let's check this let's check this this reaction by this end wokeness guy. So right now they're trying to say that the female cop is the one that unalived the innocent bystander. Again, I'm gonna say this one last time. I personally don't think it is because of the sound of the caliber, or maybe they shot at the same time, but
Not be cop is because they kill bystanders more. That's what the far right and people like Matt Walsh want to make you think. That's why they're reposting and titling a horrific event as a female cop just killed a bystander trying to take cover during a shooting in Montreal. Now, I'm against DEI for many different reasons, but this is an issue to me. Because if the point that the comments are making and Matt Walsh is trying to make that female comments are more emotional and then therefore they're going to kill more civilians. If you look at the statistics, actually based off percentages, female cops kill less civilians and bystanders than male cops do. Now, if the title had been an incompetent female cop, that would have been fine, right? That's just factual. But these channels never post a male cop kills bystander that was trying to take cover during shooting. But so what happened today is a cop and a bystander were shot in what looked to be a racially profiled active shooter at a Jewish community, or in a Jewish community, or dominant community, at a kosher grocery store. She should be fired, and her training officer, in my opinion, should probably be held accountable and suspended. And the argument here should probably be better firearm training. But making it about DEI and gender in a world where...
yeah, so that's what people are saying now. Okay. Let's see what our friend Anastasia has to say about this.
Breaking news just in right now. There has been a shooting in Montreal at a predominantly Jewish area. 2 people are down. Allegedly, they are police officers. The suspect is not confirmed yet. Watch this video.
So
Just in right now.
again, people are doing the Jewish spin on this because it was done in I guess a Jewish neighborhood. Honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with the religion for this one. But of course, someone who is Jewish, you know, lost his life, or not didn't lose his life, but like I think someone who is Jewish got hit, but not dead, according to what I'm seeing right now on X. So honestly, I really don't understand this situation. It's the first time I've heard of the incel, someone from incel community. Like, I thought you guys weren't doing crimes like this. Like, but I guess there's always a first for everything. Let me see some of the reaction from this guy here.
All right, so this is breaking right now, where it broke 35 a.m. local time. Montreal popped out in fire, which some of the videos kind of indicate that it's possible that the female police officer who was hiding behind a barricade accidentally shot the guy as she was being spooked while the assailant was closing in on her. So very difficult situation because she's getting shot at and the assailant was maneuvering up to her position, and there was a civilian that was stuck right next to her that I think popped out and startled her, and so she shot the guy not knowing if he was the assailant or not. Allegedly. You can watch the video for yourself and determine, but so far the suspect's identity, background, age, or motive has not been publicly.
So yeah, we that's one thing we don't have. We don't have any information on the background, identity, none of this. All we know so far is that the dude came from Alberta and went all the way to Montreal, called the police. The police came, shot at them from the window of his hotel room. And then we have the videos of him downstairs doing all the effery. So, again, now people are trying to say that, oh, it's the, you know, it's the, what's it called? It's the oh, the female officer, she's wrong, or she shot the guy. But we don't know. We can't tell from that video. I personally can't tell from that video. It does seem like she did though. But again, the sound of the whatever caliber was being shot, I personally don't think it's her. Can't really jump into conclusion too quickly, right? So here we have this article from the Toronto Sun. Were Jews the target in the Montreal shooting? We don't know, but for months, to be precise, the atrocities of October 7th happened. Governments have been told that someone would try to kill Jews in Canada. There has been no shortage of attempts. Schools for little kids shot up once, twice. One Jewish schools for the little kids in Toronto. A couple synagogues, businesses, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And now Montreal Jewish neighborhood has experienced bloody violence. And one of the city's police officer has been killed, along with a Jewish man, Michael Moshe Mishrai. Another officer is in hospital. Shooting happened in a Jewish neighborhood. They called 911. Shots were being heard in the Côte-des-Neiges neighborhood, where many visibly Jewish families and institutions were found. The shooting took place near Beth Rivka Academy. As many as a dozen shots rang out, and police immediately warned that armed and dangerous suspect was on the loose. The shooter, wearing camouflage gear, was eliminated by another officer as he attempted to reload. People were still warned to stay away from the area. If you're in the affected area, shelter indoors, lock the doors, stay away from windows, and follow instructions of local authorities. Police also shut down a section of Décarie Express. In Toronto term, that would be like shutting down the Gardner Express. They searched the surrounding area looking for possible second suspect, but there was none. Police issues a terse update. Imminent threat alert, a suspect has been neutralized. It happened in Canada. Okay, let me read this part. Growing anti-Semitism problem in Canada. Online graphic and bloody videos started to circulate showing bodies and blood on the sidewalk near a supermarket that sells kosher food. In one SKS-style mini semi-automatic rifle could have been seen near an unmoving man in camouflage. The SKS, originally from the Soviet Union, is favored by terrorists around the world. The same weapon that was used in the terror attack at Edmonton City Hall in 2024. There was a shooter said he was motivated by the genocide that's going on in Gaza. The neighborhood where the shooting took place is one where many families around and where people tend to get along. I know my parents lived there and had the first date there. I was born there, surrounded by a lot of Jewish. It's not the front line in the Middle East. It happened in Canada. However, Canada, the country now considered by Israel and the expert to have one of the worst anti-Semitism problem in the world, where anti-Semitism and anti-Semitic violence have been getting markedly worse with every passing day. Prime Minister Carney acknowledges, all talk, no action. Again, big article to be honest, to say nothing. Okay. Were Jews targeted in Montreal? How can you tell, bro? The manifesto that they're trying to say that this guy was against women. Okay. Let's see what the CBC got an update 9 minutes ago. Let's see what they got to say about this. So, over here, they're saying what we know about the shooting. We are winding down our live story page. Here's what we know so far. A fatal shooting took place in Montreal's Côte-des-Neiges neighborhood Monday afternoon near Décarie and Trans Island Avenue, leaving a civilian, a Montreal police officer, and a suspect dead. One police officer was severely injured and is reportedly in stable condition, according to Montreal Chief Décarie Boulevard. Another civilian was mildly injured. Montreal police neutralized a suspect this afternoon. The shooter is linked to the misogynistic incel and means involuntary celibate subculture, and according to Radio-Canada, distributed a violent incel manifesto targeting women. Quebec's domestic security minister said that the shooting is unrelated to the recent out-of-province shooting that remains a domestic case. The province police watchdog is investigating. Police aren't confirming if the civilian was Jewish. So right now they're trying to push for like the Jewish spin on this story. Like, again, I get it. You know what I'm saying? The GTV network says stand down. Broski said stand down. Wait. Going back to this. Okay. A lot of people are quick to say, oh, the female did, the female officer this. Like, guys, we don't know what happened. All right. This is still ongoing. Right now, we don't really have a lot of information. What? Why are they adding this? So someone added, expert points to lack of trust as factor in rising violence against police. Why did they add this in there? I don't know what this has to do with a crazy man who decided to I don't think this has a factor. No terrorism, no, not a terrorism case, domestic security minister said. So the elected officials have wrapped the third news conference of the day about the shooting. Lafrenière acknowledged rumors about the shooting being linked to out-of-province events such as the Saskatchewan, where 2 RCMP officers were shot. However, he said that the shooting in Montreal remains a domestic case. What happened in Saskatoon? Shooting that left 2 RCMP injured began with property dispute, says witness. So apparently there was a beef. Okay, we're gonna check this out for a second.
Approximately 9:30 p.m., Melville RCMP officers responded to a complaint of an assault on 8th Avenue in Melville. As members arrived at the residence, a firearm was discharged and 2 members were struck. The officers were transported to hospital in Regina with injuries believed to be serious in nature. An armed individual, believed to be an adult male, remained in the residence. Officers from the Melville RCMP and Saskatchewan's RCMP Critical Incident Response Team responded. The Critical Incident Response Team includes our Emergency Response Team, Critical Incident Negotiators, and the Police Dog Services. Officers within our Serious Crimes Unit were also engaged. Government of Saskatchewan Protection and Response Team assisted along with SWAT officers from Regina Police Service. The Saskatchewan RCMP carefully monitored this situation throughout, continually assessing whether we required an emergency or dangerous persons alert. Ultimately, an alert was not issued as we were confident that the suspect was contained in the residence and therefore there was no elevated risk to public safety.
Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, my dogs? How you doing? How you doing, bro? What up, what up, what up to my buddy, Jonathan Thompson? What's going on? So yeah, crazy situation that happened in Montreal. Let me give you a quick rundown. Thank you so much for tapping in. Crazy situation that happened in Montreal where there was like a shootout between some guy from Alberta. Okay, came all the way from Alberta to Montreal. He called the police from his hotel room. And once the police arrived, he just let it off. He just let it off on the police on the ground. And then, yeah, so apparently he was sticking his gun out the window, broke the window, was shooting at the ground and he called the police himself, right? He called the police himself and started shooting from the window. And now there's like clips of him. Once he went downstairs, he started shooting at a lot of people, like on the ground. And then one officer dead, one innocent bystander dead, and then there's the suspect that died too. Shit. Montreal is getting crazy right now, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's not looking right, bro. That ain't looking right. Right now, there's a lot of violence against, like, now when you hear about things that's going on in the media, or especially around police, it's all negative. I haven't heard one positive news story that, oh, a police officer, even if it's not entirely positive, it's always some negative things about the police. Like nothing successful. Of course, there's a lot of successful stories that happen, but like I'm talking about in the media. So far, it's a bunch of officers doing bad things or officers getting shot. That's all I'm hearing so far. So yeah, that's happening in Montreal. Let's check out this quick
An
short.
update for you on the major police operation that's happening in the Côte-des-Neiges neighborhood of Montreal. Montreal police are now confirming that 3 people are dead following a shooting and that this operation is still ongoing. Among those killed, a Montreal police officer, a suspect, and a citizen. This is near the intersection of Décarie and Trans Island Avenues near the Décarie Expressway. We know that a second police officer is also in hospital with serious injuries. This is an ongoing story and we'll continue to keep you updated on all our platforms.
So yeah, that's like the first clip they
An
put
update
out.
for you on the major police operation that
Let me see what's up with X, see if there's anything up with X. But yo, so far, it's just craziness, man. And there's a clip. Okay, I see someone started some.
You're literally getting groypers on a list. Yeah,
Again,
and effeminate
like, I hate
incels on a
hearing
list.
Fuentes is a faggot. Like, he's literally
Oh,
gay,
man.
and they're all like, I don't know why you keep trying to draw these comparisons. You don't know any. You don't know what you're talking about. Again, and there has been who's been arrested and charged. I've been at this for 8 years. Who's in jail?
Well, you aren't, which kind of is a tell.
I was. How many months in jail have you done?
Zero.
Weeks, days, hours? None. Not a minute. Man, you must be some effective at pissing the state off, because they put people in jail who pissed them off. I guess no one has recognized all your hard work.
What is wrong with him?
I suppose.
Jeremy, okay, with the exception of Coots, which is a gray area as far as I'm concerned.
Oh no, it's crystal fucking clear to me.
In jail. Well, no, that's you. I'm asking Jeremy a question. How many people in Second Sons have ended up in jail?
Short, they're
Alright, so I guess these guys are uniting. They're probably part of the incel community. Yeah. That's all we got so far, guys. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna sit down and speculate more and more and more. If all we got is just this, I did want to talk about this since we're in the police talks, right? So the chief of police in Ottawa confronts their officers over sexual misconduct. Oh my God. So this is an internal video that dropped because apparently the police officers in Ottawa, whenever they see a cute girl that they talk to in the gym, you know, they see a baddie, yo, they run their plates to see who they are and then trying to stalk them. That's the game you guys are using? That's the police officer's game? Like, imagine you're a police officer. You see a baddie come out the gym and all of this, looking fresh, and she gets in her car. And then you just get by close to her just so you can scan her plate so you can know who she is. That's what's going on in the Ottawa Police Department.
I want to have a serious and an uncomfortable conversation with all of you. Change your behavior now or quit. Leave. Members are using our databases.
Why are you telling them to quick fire them?
As their own way to meet women. Seeing a woman at a coffee shop, coming out of a gym, driving next to them, getting their license plates,
Another
and running
one.
them on the system. We've seen members messaging vulnerable victims on calls that they've attended in an attempt to develop an intimate relationship.
Oh, so you guys would use your systems to talk to the girls. I'm not gonna lie, bro, that's crazy.
There's a clear need for OPS leadership to acknowledge that this issue remains present and to speak openly about it. Silence or minimization only allows the behavior to continue. I want to have a serious and an uncomfortable.
So yeah, that's what's going on in Ottawa, bro.
Gay.
I just wanted to talk about that quickly. You guys are weirdos. Weirdos. All right, chat. Without any further ado, I mean, well, not without any further ado, but I'm gonna have to go. If there's any update, hit my DMs, and yeah, we're gonna go live again. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the GTV network.